You know exactly what pain feels like: sharp, burning, impossible to ignore. But for some animals, evolution has rewritten that ancient script. A hagfish can lose nearly half its body and still slither on, while the naked mole rat's nerves make it almost immune to burning acid. If pain is universal, how can nature break the rules so completely? The answer reveals a hidden side to survival, one that turns everything you believe about pain on its head. Pain begins as a warning, a message fired off by the body's own alarm system. When you touch something sharp or burning, specialized nerve endings, called nociceptors, react instantly. These sensors are scattered throughout your skin, muscles, and organs, tuned to detect the threat of damage from heat, pressure, or chemicals. As soon as a nociceptor is triggered, it sends an electrical signal racing along nerve fibers toward the spinal cord. This is nociception, the body's raw detection of harm, not yet pain as you know it. The signal travels up the spinothalamic tract, a bundle of nerve fibers running through the spinal cord to the brain's thalamus. Here, the message is relayed to higher centers, including the cortex, where sensation becomes conscious, colored by memory, emotion, and context. The brain interprets these signals, deciding, is this urgent? Is this dangerous? Only then does pain emerge as an experience, sharp, burning, or dull, but always meant to protect you. A key player in this process is substance P, a neurotransmitter released at the first synapse in the spinal cord. Substance P amplifies the signal, making sure the brain gets the message loud and clear. Without it, pain signals can be dulled or even lost entirely. In humans, this three-step chain, nociceptor activation, spinal transmission, and cortical interpretation, forms the backbone of pain perception. It is a system designed for survival, forcing you to pull back before injury becomes disaster. But nociception and pain are not the same. Reflexes can trigger withdrawal from danger before you're even aware of pain. Sometimes, pain lingers long after the original injury has healed, shaped by the brain's memory and expectation. As Dr. Dandar explains, pain is not just a signal, it is an experience shaped by biology, history, and the mind itself. This system, so familiar to us, is only one way nature has solved the problem of survival. In the cold dark of the ocean floor, a hagfish writhes through the silt, its skin loose and almost boneless. When a predator strikes, the hagfish doesn't freeze or flee in panic. Instead, it releases a torrent of slime, enough to clog the gills of a shark, and twists itself into knots, slipping free even as its body is torn open. Researchers have documented hagfish continuing to feed and move after injuries that would be catastrophic for almost any other vertebrate. With no jaws and a primitive nervous system, the hagfish's response to damage is mechanical, not emotional. There's no frantic retreat, no sign of agony, only the same relentless search for food. Slime pours from its skin in less than a second, coating wounds and deterring attackers. But the hagfish itself shows little behavioral change. The slime's sticky threads are so effective at stopping blood loss in the lab that scientists are testing them as models for human wound dressings. In the wild, this defense allows a hagfish to keep moving, even as predators bite deep. The cost is high, wounds heal slowly, and infection is a constant risk. But for a creature that scavenges the remains of the dead, pausing to nurse an injury could mean starvation. Beneath the ground in East Africa, naked mole rats tunnel through stinging, acidic soil. Most mammals would recoil from the burning pain of these conditions, but naked mole rats ignore it. Dr. Anna MacDonald has shown that their nerves lack substance P, the chemical that amplifies pain signals in other animals. Their pain receptors for heat, and chemical burns, TRPV1 channels, are either missing or barely active. Expose a naked mole rat to capsaicin, the fiery compound in chili peppers, and it shows no sign of discomfort. Even acid that would send a mouse into spasms of pain leaves the mole rat undisturbed. This isn't invincibility, it's a rewired system, tuned by evolution, so that pain is muted or bypassed entirely. The mole rat's world is one of constant irritation and low oxygen, where a normal pain response would be disabling. Instead, these animals dig, forage, and fight for decades, their bodies shaped by the demands of a hostile underground life. The absence of pain doesn't mean the absence of danger. It means survival requires a nervous system that can ignore what most animals cannot. A great white shark powers through the surf, its flank torn open by a 15-centimeter gash. Blood seeps into the water, but the predator does not falter. Inside the wound, specialized peptides trigger clotting in seconds, sealing the injury and halting blood loss before it can become fatal. Researchers like Dr. Peter B.R. have traced these rapid responses to bioactive compounds unique to shark skin, a molecular toolkit that lets the animal ignore what would cripple most creatures. The shark's nerves register damage, but the usual cascade, pain, withdrawal, hesitation, never arrives. Instead, a surge of catecholamines, natural stress hormones, floods the bloodstream, dulling pain signals and fueling the hunt. The predator circles back, jaws snapping, as if nothing happened. For an apex hunter, pausing to nurse a wound means losing a meal, or becoming prey itself. In the tangled world of coral reefs, another survivor emerges. An octopus glides between rocks, one arm freshly severed by a predator. The loss is immediate, yet the animal barely slows. Each of its 8 arms houses its own dense network of nerves, about 40 million neurons per arm, capable of processing touch, movement, and even injury without waiting for instructions from the central brain. When an arm is damaged, the local ganglia can trigger withdrawal, camouflage, or even continued hunting, all on their own. Severed arms have been seen curling and grasping for minutes after detachment, driven by these embedded circuits. This autonomy means the octopus can keep feeding, escaping, or hiding, even as it regrows lost limbs. Pain, if it comes at all, is filtered and delayed, drowned out by the need to survive. Nature's solutions to pain are as varied as the threats animals face. For sharks and octopuses, resilience is not a superpower, but a necessity. Their bodies have evolved to seal wounds, suppress alarms, and delegate survival to every cell and nerve. In these extremes, pain becomes a background noise, present but unable to dictate the next move. A cockroach darts across a kitchen floor, antennae twitching. Its nervous system is built for speed, not reflection. When a predator strikes, the cockroach's giant fiber escape circuit fires. Within milliseconds, it launches into motion, long before any conscious sensation of pain could register. The nociceptive signal, if it even makes it to the primitive brain, is already fading by the time the legs are pumping. In laboratory studies, electrical recordings show that nociceptor firing in cockroaches shuts off within a fraction of a second after the initial shock. There's no lingering ache, no withdrawal to nurse a wound. The animal is already gone, trading the possibility of learning from pain for the certainty of survival in the moment. But this reflexive resilience comes at a price. Unlike mammals, cockroaches rarely guard wounds or avoid further damage. They will keep moving on broken limbs, oblivious to infection or tissue decay. In the wild, This means they can escape predators and continue foraging, but it also means wounds often fester, and infections spread unchecked. The evolutionary trade-off is stark. Maximum function under threat, but little protection against the slow dangers that follow. This pattern echoes in other animals with blunted pain responses. Grasshopper mice, for example, can withstand the sting of a bark scorpion thanks to a mutated sodium channel that blocks pain signals from venom, but their nerves remain sensitive to other threats. These are not superpowers, but selective edits. Evolution has not erased pain, only narrowed its scope to what matters most for that animal's survival. Humans, too, possess a version of this trade-off, though only for brief moments. In the chaos of a car crash or the heat of battle, stress hormones flood the body, suppressing pain long enough to escape danger. Yet unlike a cockroach, this state is temporary. The pain returns, often with full force, as soon as the crisis passes. For most animals, pain is calibrated for the long game, teaching, warning, protecting. For creatures like the cockroach, pain is a fleeting whisper, quickly silenced by the demands of survival. Right now, scientists are unlocking animal pain pathways to inspire new medicines and rethink animal welfare worldwide. Pain isn't one experience, it's a spectrum, shaped by evolution's demands. The next time you witness suffering, remember, what's unbearable to us may be survival to another species. Thanks for watching.